Today we'll be making this metal sign for the garage out of just some scrap metal and a plasma cutter. Let's get to work. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is come up with a design. Now it could be anything that you're interested in. It could be your favorite car, it could be Chevy, it could be Ford, it could be your motorcycle. Whatever it is, you can make a 3D pattern out of it and then cut it out of some sheet metal. So in this case, I'm doing a sign for my friend's horse barn. Now the black portions of this is all going to be removed. Now the thing you have to slow down and think about is, if you were to cut around this entire perimeter, the whole thing would fall through. So what I went and did is made all these red indicator marks. This is where they're not going to cut through, and the black portions will pop out only, and then I'll be left with my design. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to need a plasma cutter, so I'm using my Arccaptain 65 amp plasma cutter. It's going to neatly cut around all my edges. So we're going to get to work right now cutting out my edges. All right, so I went ahead and I cut it out all the way around. Now I just want to go over it with the flap disc. That way just smooth over the edges a little bit, and then we can give it a coat of paint. And there it is, all cleaned up. Now we can go ahead and throw some paint on it. Okay, now that we got this all painted up, it's time to add the backing plate. So right here I have a piece of stainless steel, so this is going to work as the backing. And how this is going to look, we're going to get the same shape cut out of this, and then you can really see the design pop. And this will also allow me some space to add the LED lights next. So let's get this shape cut out now. All right, and there is that background cut out. Now we can lay over our design itself over top of that. All right, next up we just need to weld these two pieces of metal together. And to do that, we're just going to lay some little quick tack welds along these edges that I have around the sides and on the bottom. And to do that, we'll be using my MiG 250 from Arccaptain. All right, now that these two are welded together, it is time for the final step. And we're going to put the LED lights, the backlighting, in between the two pieces of metal. All right, now for backlighting, I'm going to try these simple LED strip lights. These are specifically made for a TV. And the reason I went with them is because they're USB powered. And I believe the length should be just about right to run around this. It comes with a remote, and I can either run the USB off of a power supply, like a battery pack, or plug it directly into a wall from a box. So we're going to try wiring these in now, and it should be easy enough because it's got the self-adhesive on the back. All right, here it is all lit up. So now that we have the use of the remote, you can easily just turn this thing off and on. We can change the colors: red, green, blue, and then there's white. We can also do the auto mode that will cycle through all the colors. And then the strobe effect, which is pretty cool to look at also. All right, so that wraps this project up. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The backlighting looks really good on it. So overall, all you needed was some scrap metal and a little bit of spare time and this plasma cutting machine. So I'll leave a link in the description where you can get one, as well as a discount code. And as always, thank you for watching. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.